Bits and Bytes. United States edition. 50 and 50, baby. 50 states, 50 weeks. Week 17 can only mean one thing. 16 weeks down. Week 17 means Kentucky. Kentucky is here, baby. Welcome to Kentucky. Welcome to the show. We finally made it. The Colonel's here. Your flag is here. A very understated flag, by the way, let's just say. It literally just says the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Okay. United we stand, divided we fall. All right. I mean, to the point, you know? No one's to say Kentucky's not. Welcome, everybody. Bits and Bytes, the show where we talk about food, the drinks of the states. And we're going to get right into it with Kentucky. It's been a long week for not only your dear host, but the dear Kentucky. Kentucky Derby was actually yesterday. But let's get into the fast facts, baby, of Kentucky. Nicknamed the Bluegrass State. They do love bluegrass out there. I have heard this. Statehood in 1792, the 15th state. Population July 2015, 4.5 milli. Capital is Frankfurt. The biggest city is Louisville. Abbreviation is KY. We got a state bird per usual. I'm waiting for the state that doesn't have one. What's the cardinal look like? That's not a bird. That's a bird. The cardinal, look at that. It's red. Cute. State flower, goldenrod. There it is. It's golden. Maybe there's some rods. Is that the bit? I guess I get it. Okay. All right, we'll take it, Kentucky. No worries. Here we are in Kentucky. Wow. You know, I got really excited. Thank you. Kentucky's really exciting because this last week I realized the Kentucky Derby was this week, and I was really stoked. And we thought about bringing the show down to Kentucky yesterday. But we didn't. Let's make the show. It just didn't happen. We didn't get to Kentucky. We weren't at the Derby. Just don't got the setup for that. You know, what do you think we're doing here? That said, Derby drinks. I've looked into a lot of bourbons. Kentucky, we know it's known for bourbon. No question. We got to get right into Woodford Reserve, the bourbon of the Derby. There's many, many bourbons in Kentucky we could talk about. This is the one I wanted to go with. And I think there's no better way to start the show than a proper mint julep, some sugar, simply muddled with some mint in the bottom of a cup with a nice fat pour. The key to the drink is the crushed ice. You got to have your crushed ice right on top. Then you take that mint, give it that smacky smack. Get that mint right in there. And boom, we're off to the races. I didn't even mean to say that, but I did. We're off to the races. The key is to get your nose in there when you smell it and get the mint in your face, and then the burbs. Cheers to Kentucky. All right, let's get this show started. That's a garbage pail. I know it looks like a Kentucky Fried Chicken basket, but it just so happens that they're here. All right? There's no chicken in this one. No chicken in this. Sorry to disappoint. Is Kentucky Fried Chicken from Kentucky? This is a question. We've been to other states where there was some falsehoods and lies. Kentucky Fried Chicken is, in fact, from Kentucky. But before we dive into that, let's see what else we have about Kentucky here. Settled by the offspring of indentured servants from the British Isles. Way back when? What year did we say they get statehood? 1792, the 15th state, the bluegrass state. They love basketball, horses, and bluegrass. We got some famous people from there. Who cares? George Clooney, beat it. Ali's from there. That's cool. Loretta Lynn and Beatty. Abe Lincoln, birthplace of Abe Lincoln. Remember, what was it, Illinois or Indiana that tried to steal him? This is the state. We're back. This is actually where Lincoln was born. That's fucking, we're, full circle kind of, almost. What other silly facts? 15 states, Iroquois name, we know. We stole all these states from Indians, so we took their names too. Corvettes, all Corvettes are made in Kentucky. There's another car too, I don't remember, but check into the car show for the car facts. The first KFC was most definitely in Kentucky. The first public exhibition of electric light was in Kentucky. Thanks, Edison, for that. Really appreciate that. That's cool of you. And Fort Knox. Great. Kentucky Derby's the thing, right? So we have a special guest coming on later today at 2 o'clock at 20 minutes or so. Lawrence Weeks is going to call in. He's executive chef of Honeywell Restaurant and a couple other projects out in Kentucky. This man knows Kentucky, Kentucky food. We're going to chat a little bit about what it's like out in Kentucky with the man, the myth, the legend. But let's go through some of the finds I had here with the food and the drink. We got the bird, we got the flower. That's all cute. KFC fried chicken recipe. I have Colonel Sanders' 11 secret spices right here. We're going to get into it later, maybe. The Kentucky Derby. This is a huge thing that just happened. Some horse won yesterday. I don't know. I was busy doing stuff. Sadly, I didn't see it. If I was there, would have been all about it. Was I? I was not. Kentucky Derby, though, does happen every year. It's I believe they say the longest running horse race in the world. But it is sponsored by Old Woodford Reserve. Now, what I think of when I think of the Kentucky Derby, I just assume people are walking around. Oh, there it is. Medina Spirit. That's the one that won. I saw. Congrats, Medina Spirit. You did it. When you go there, it looks like you just kind of walk around and crush mint juleps all day, which is just essentially, let's be honest, a mint julep is kind of just a modified old fashioned. It's just got some sugar muddled up with some things, straight booze and ice. In this case, we're using mint. But to Kentucky's food, I looked into a couple things here. There's a few things I do know about Kentucky. One of the things I was going to make on the show, here's a classic mint julep. This is what it looks like. I mean, I'd say that's pretty goddamn close representation. I'm not mad at it, trust me. One of the things that I would say, yeah, look, Woodford Reserve. We get it, Woodford. And again, there's probably much better bourbons to be had in Kentucky. I feel like every other episode we deep dive on bourbons a little bit. Let's just stick with the old sponsor of the Derbs and keep it moving, all right? We got the julep here. Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot I had that there. All right. Stupid Bobby Flay. So, hot browns. A Kentucky hot brown. Show me hot brown. And the only reason Bobby Flay's picture is there is because the first time I had a hot brown was at one of Bobby Flay's places. Apparently, old Bobby likes a good hot brown. Is this what they look like? That looks about right. A classic hot brown is a sandwich that is made, I want to say it's like turkey. I kind of forget exactly what it was. I was looking into it. I was thinking about making one. And then I opted no cooking this episode. So let's see. A hot brown sandwich, sometimes known as a Louisville hot brown or Kentucky hot brown, is an American hot sandwich made at the Brown Hotel. Let's get it here. Where is it? Variation of traditional Welsh rarebit, which is, pretty much cheese on toast, glorified version. Open-faced sandwich of turkey breast and ham and bacon covered in creamy Mornay sauce, baked or broiled until the bread is crisp and the sauce begins to brown. Cheddar cheese or American cheese may be added for the sauce. Garnishes of tomato, mushroom, and very rarely canned peaches. I don't know about that. But there she is. She's a pretty one, and she's tasty. It's like a Monte Cristo sass stuff for the South. I don't know. First time I had it was at Bobby Flay's place, and as I was looking through recipes and stuff, I came across this Throwdown episode where, we've talked about this before. Bobby Flay. I don't want this to turn into... Let's not even do the Bobby Flay episode. Whatever. Bottom line is he loses. Next song. There are a few things I think that I ran into that look very, very Kentucky, and hopefully we can talk to Lawrence about this stuff. So, here's four. So at the Derby, especially, they have, of course, there's Kentucky Derby. Would have been a great place to smash some Kentucky beverages, throw some bets I probably would have lost, and walk around and eat some kind of, probably half-assed Kentucky food, but maybe legit. I'm not sure. I've never been to Churchill Downs for the races, obviously. But there are a few things. One is something called Benedictine dip. A Benedictine, in my mind, is like it's an alcohol, it's a spirit. Is Benedictine even is it a brandy? Is Benedictine its own thing? Is it a cordial? What do we call it? What is a Benedictine? Herbal liqueur produced in France. Of course, it's like most. 27 flowers, berries, herbs, roots. We get it. So Benedictine is that, but this Benedictine dip apparently has nothing to do with that. This Benedictine dip, if we pull up, go to Louisville, you can take a look at this. It's a sandwich at a specific place, I guess, but you say Benedictine, and I think it's just the dip, though, from what I can tell. It's a spread. It's like a cucumber cream cheese dip, from what I can tell. And here's a recipe from the website itself. 8 ounces cream cheese, 3 ounces of 3 tablespoons cucumber juice, onion juice, salt, pepper, green food coloring for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe just so you know it's very green. We could watch this video on it, but this looks like it's 8 minutes, and I don't know if we're going to watch 8 minutes of that. Let's be fair. So Benedictine is a uniquely Kentucky thing as far as I can tell. A cucumber cream cheese kind of dip, which doesn't sound too crazy to me. You know, you've been to a tea, you know, cucumber sandwich is a thing. It's light, refreshing, and all that. So I don't see, that doesn't seem too out of bounds. The old Benedictine. The other thing, a big thing that Kentucky is known for, and I was trying to get this. This is something there's actually a few things I was trying to get here for the show to eat. But the lead time on a lot of this stuff was not optimal for production to get it here on time. And I don't have any Kentucky contacts to send me something ASAP, you know. But cured ham is something that they do in a big, big way in Kentucky. You know, I've heard of that in Virginia, but let's take a look on the map, you know, where we are. Let's think about it. Kentucky, there she is, not too far from old New Jersey, just south of Indiana and Illinois. Ohio connected to the northeast, West Virginia, Virginia around it, which is, you know, where I think of as a lot of country ham comes from, Virginia. North Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri. Yeah, we're still in this Kansas-Missouri belt, you know, so we're on the other side. We were only one state away last week. Crazy. And Tennessee to the south. So, you know, you're in the south, or you're at least approaching the south. Louisville's up here, you know, we're seeing this, right? Yeah, Louisville's up here in the northwest. It looks like it's pretty close to Cincinnati, which I never even realized. That's interesting. I wonder if that's like Kansas City, where Kentucky has some Cincinnati in it. I'm going to go ahead and say they were wise and changed the name. So let's see. Covington, Kentucky. Yes, they changed the name. It's not, they don't partake in Kansas's nonsense of taking the state next door's name and moving on like it's their own. Fucking Kansas. Kansas. Jesus. Anyway, Louisville's there, and I think that's where Churchill Downs is. I want to say that's where it is. Churchill Downs. To the races. Let's see what it is. Yeah, so it's literally like right in the city. So this is like obviously the epicenter, from what I would say, of Kentucky. What did we say the capital was? Frankfort. I don't even know. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard of Frankfort. The hell's Frankfort? Capital doesn't always mean a big city, you know? This we've learned. But I wonder what's going on in Frankfurt. Anyway, the point here is we're talking about country ham. And it kind of makes sense because we're in the belt of what I would consider the country ham zone, where we're drying out ham legs and all that good stuff. There was a couple good places that I could tell. I mean, there's actually a fair amount of places in Kentucky that looked like they were making some really high quality hams. Broadbent Hams looks really good. What was this? Newsom's looked pretty solid. I feel like I've heard of them before. You know, but the lead time to get some of this stuff was a bit much. So that did not happen. But back to the cocktail, the one thing that should have been here and also was not, is sorghum, which is a syrup. I mean, what is it exactly? It's like a syrup that is Show me sorghum. Can humans eat sorghum? Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we can. It's essentially used, it's a sweetening agent of sorts, right? But what is it? I mean, it comes from a plant. What's the deal? Talk to me. I learned with you. Sorghum molasses. That's how I've heard of it been used. And they use it to distill alcoholic beverages, things like that. Contains blah, 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 acids, heat tolerant. Apparently they grow a lot of whatever it is. Sorghum, maybe? I don't know what they extract it from. It looks like it, yeah. It looks like it's sorghum. So they grow sorghum, and I guess they press it or they pull it out or whatever it is, and you get some sorghum molasses, and you can distill it. But I would say, if I had some sorghum on my hands, I would put it in here instead of the simple syrup. And why aren't you making them in juleps with sorghum? Is it a little bitter on its own? I haven't had it. We're going to have to ask Lawrence about it. We'll see. Oh, Jesus. So sorghum's a thing down there. And, you know, sorghum sweetened biscuits. Oh, look at this beautiful description right here. The sorghum plant, which is a type of grass, was introduced in the U.S. from Africa in the early part of the 17th century. Sorghum syrup is a natural sweetener made by processing the juice that is extracted from the sorghum plant, just like I said. Special milling equipment extracts, blah, blah, blah. The stalks, it's almost like sugar cane, it sounds like. Thinner consistency and lighter flavor than molasses, which is perfect. That's what you would want for, like, a cocktail, I would think. Contains vitamins and minerals and good sources of this, that, and the other thing. Great. It's right here. Look, pure sorghum is made in Liberty, Kentucky. It's using old-fashioned natural ingredients. Oh, I thought it said before old-fashioned. That's what I said. Yeah, so I would say, you know, that's what I should be doing right now. That's what this show bit would be. But you know what? It ain't here. Go get yourself some and let me know how it goes. And then the other unique, definitely a very unique product that I saw was this thing called Henry Bain sauce. Henry Bain sauce, you know, obviously served at some weird club in Kentucky once, and then all Henry Bain ran off with the recipe, and I don't know. Here's the song. Yeah, here he is. Was once the first employee, eventually the head waiter at the Penn Dentist Club in 1881. I don't know. He made some kind of steak sauce in the back. Apparently, it's like Worcestershire sauce with some walnuts and all kinds of crazy shit in it. I don't know. Never had it. Never seen it. Kind of never heard of it. Wish I had some, but I don't. You can get it from Bourbon Barrel Foods, which is great. 100 years, the Penn Dentist Club has served Henry Bain's famous sauce, named for the head waiter. We just did that, full of rich and tangy flavors of tomato sauce and vinegar, combined with a sweet chutney and pickled walnuts, make it an instant favorite. Yay! Delicious on tenderloin, cocktail meatballs, or spread over cream cheese for an appetizer. What's with the cream cheese, Kentucky? Why is everything out of just... What do you got? Cucumbers there? Put it in cream cheese. Call it Benedictine. What do you got? Steak sauce? Put it over some cream cheese. Just enjoy it. What is that? Is cream cheese a big thing out there? Cream cheese question. Something else for Lawrence. There's our man. So, yeah, Kentucky, you know, you're big on the Derby. And Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's another thing I want to get to. So we did, Kansas is where White Castle started. How many White Castles were in Kansas? Nil. How many Kentucky Fried Chickens are in Kentucky? Bet you the Colonel's doing a little bit better than old whoever runs White Castle. Do they even have a character? We can already tell there's a whole shitload. And the KFC, I had it open here somewhere. Too many windows open. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to process all this. Where is it? KFC. Just give me the main, the old story here. American fast food chain restaurant. Headquarters in old Louisville, Kentucky. So it seems like everything that's good in Kentucky is going down in Louisville. That's what it looks like. All the foods, all the restaurants, it looks like. The world's second largest restaurant chain right after McDonald's. Founded by Colonel Harlan Sanders. There he is. Show the man. There he is. Look at that guy. Does this guy look like fried chicken? I don't know. There, look at this. Look at this guy. Hey. He's a real dude. What's he signing an autograph? All right. I did my best to put on my closest thing to like a seersucker or a Colonel Sanders kind of jacket. I don't think I did it any justice. So let's see. Corbin, Kentucky. That's it. I couldn't think of where the first one was. And the first one was in Corbin, Kentucky. That's where it all started. Let's see Corbin, Kentucky. So I don't know much, and again, we'll have to ask our guests about this. There's old Corbin, Kentucky, right by Sanders Park. Oh, they probably love him down there. Where and what, you know, where are we? It's hard. There it is. Oh, so that's southeast Corbin, Kentucky. All right, so you're deep in the mountains. It looks like there's a lot of mountain outside. That's probably why the cities are right there. You got Lexington up here, Louisville, and then the rest just looks really hilly. It's not hill country. Yeah, that's a whole other episode, but I can't really even wrap my head. Obviously, I can see where the city center is here with Louisville, right? I can see that's happening. And up by Cincinnati seems to be another little hub in Lexington. But there's a lot of state down here where it looks like a lot of forest. It doesn't look like there's a lot going on. Bowling Green, I've heard of that. I don't know why I've heard of that, but I've heard of Bowling Green. Looks tiny. Bowling Green looks pretty tiny. City in southern Kentucky, National Corvette Museum. That's why, because I was reading about Corvettes. Yeah, they make all the Corvettes in Kentucky. No reason, no idea why. I got nothing on that one. Kentucky. Yeah, so anyway, KFC, big chain. Everyone knows it. It's all around. And, you deep dive and you do a little research and you find yourself the secret recipe. You got the 11 herbs and spices from the Colonel himself, all right here on this one sheet. And to be honest with you, it's nothing you should be surprised about if you've ever made fried chicken before. I'd be more concerned with his spelling. Spelling on some of these things are off. But it's here. It's fine. We'll do this at the end of the episode. We'll get into the spices, cliffhanger type stuff. But that's what's here. That's what I learned in my research all week. How to get the 11 herbs and spices of KFC, and getting items from Kentucky sent to you is difficult. Bottoms up. So we should have our guest joining momentarily. Excited to talk about Kentucky with someone from Kentucky. Let's get the KFC stuff out of here. It's almost like insulting. It's like if I was from New Jersey and you were just like, hey, here's a wheel of pork roll. Talk to me. I'd be like, I don't know, dude. Actually, no, pork roll's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and say Kentucky Fried Chicken is not consumed so much in Kentucky. I bet you there's a million better fried chicken places in Kentucky. Kentucky Fried Chicken is a thing because it's a thing. Fried chicken in Kentucky is a thing. But I think they pan fry down there. As opposed to, KFC does pressure frying. That's what they do now. There's no real. Sorry to break it to you. There's no real, home cooking going on at KFC. I'm pretty sure they pressure fry there, but I think Kentucky style fried chicken is more of a cast iron pan fry. I could be wrong. Our guest would know more. So this is the restaurant the men's chef at. We can peep the menu here a little bit. Some classic soul food, good looking stuff down here. Some delicious looking seafoods. Mint julep. Happy Derby week. They got brunches going on there. I'm sure he doesn't want to go over his menu. But the fried chicken, that's what I was looking for. They have a Tokyo fried chicken. Crispy thigh with a Kewpie mayo, scallion, sesame seeds, bib, onion, and bulldog sauce. Sounds good. A lot of places do that. Most people get sick of the classic just fried chicken, but not me. I like a good fried chicken. I don't know if I ever was in love with Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know if I was. Just being honest. Hey, I don't know. Yeah, so, Kentucky. Fried chicken. Pan fried. Sorghum. Derby. Bourbon. Benedictine dip. This, this place sells, I don't know what this website is here. It's just go to Louisville. Oh, regional foods. Here you go. Look. What a good resource. Benedictine beer cheese. Every other state down there, too, loves beer cheese. I don't know what's up with that. This was something else, too. We definitely got to ask about this. The burgoo. This is some kind of Kentucky stew. It vibes kind of like a gumbo kind of situation. I think, it says okra here, but I don't know the difference. But that's a thing. You go down there, apparently you're getting down some burgoo. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But burgoo, also a very unappetizing name. Burgoo. Let's be fair. Burgoo doesn't sound very good. Looks good. I mean, that picture specifically looks very tasty, but not so much in the name. But, you know, we're not eating the name. Bourbon balls, we know you like bourbon. We know you're putting some chocolate on the bourbon balls. Here comes our guest, Lawrence Weeks. Lower this music a little bit, blow him out. Lawrence?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man, what's going on? Can you hear me, see me all right?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good, bud. Let me kill this music just so you don't get shot out. What's going on, dude? Welcome to the show. I was just looking over Kentucky stuff. You see, I got my ridiculous boxes of KFC here. I was talking about...
you got your Woodford Reserve.
I got my Woodford going. Got my Julep proper, you know. Just trying to enjoy my day off, you know.
See, I should have poured up something.
Yep, I mean, you still can. We're just sorry. It's all good. So tell me a little bit, dude. You're from Kentucky, right? So, I don't know, introduce yourself to the show, and then I got a couple questions for you about Kentucky.
Yeah, man. So I'm Lawrence Weeks. I'm a chef here in Kentucky. Originally from Louisville. I'm currently living in Lexington. Yeah, man.
So, born and raised Kentucky?
No, I was raised in Louisville.
Oh, all right.
California.
So, like, I'll ask you the question I ask, like, anyone from these other states. Like, I'm from New Jersey, right? So, in New Jersey, when I break down the state, I got North Jersey, which is, like, closer to New York. So, it's kind of like New York vibes. It's a little faster and all that. Central Jersey's like shore towns, you know, like left and right. It's like, it's shore, it's kind of lazy on the water. I'm, like, really generalizing here. And in the south, it's a little closer to Philly, so it's kind of got, like, a Philly vibe. And then, like, a real, there's a lot of, like, forest and woods down there. So, there's, like, that kind of vibe. And Atlantic City, of course. Like, looking at Kentucky, like, the shape of it, like, I see where Louisville is, but, like, how would you kind of break it up? Because I see there's, like, Cincinnati to the north, at Louisville. Like, how would you, as someone who's lived there, you know, what do you think about Kentucky? How would you break it up kind of like that?
So it's broken up into three parts.
All right.
Western Kentucky, which is like Paducah, more Midwestern. You know, they got the real thick Southern draw that, you know, honey. You know, people talk like that.
Where's that? Down south
in Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky. I'm looking at it on a map. So, like, you're gonna say like everything west of like Lexington, maybe? Is that kind of like it?
No.
I mean, sorry.
I'd say everything.
Bowling Green and over.
Yeah, Bowling Green, that area. Over
that
there.
looks like it looks like a cutoff there. It gets a little smaller. It's like, all right, I can see everything. Everything gets a little more narrow over there. All right.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. And then there's Louisville, which is everybody from Louisville says they're not from Kentucky, they're from Louisville.
That's hilarious.
So it's like the big city. It's not really like anywhere else. I mean, it's 1 million people.
That's like a third of the state almost, right? Right there. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not like a small town or anything. So that's like our big city.
Right.
Everything's going on there. And then you got Lexington, which I just recently moved to 2 years ago.
Right.
College town originally. It still is, but like, you know, it's starting to pick up and get a bigger city vibe about it. And this is considered Central Kentucky.
Right. Okay. I see. Yeah, like right down the center, like just south of all, like Cincinnati up there too, or whatever town you would call not Cincinnati.
It's an hour away from Cincinnati.
All right. Cool. It's an hour shot. All right.
And then everywhere east of here is considered Eastern Kentucky, Appalachia.
Oh, okay.
So, agricultural side, Appalachia's got a lot of creatives and like musically, art, like it's insane out there.
That's where the bluegrass is coming from, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, and then there's West Virginia over there in Virginia, so that makes sense. Like the mountains are all there, so it's I guess super mountainy on that side.
Yeah, the mountains are beautiful too.
I'm sure
people need to go there on vacation sometime.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to get out to Kentucky. I've never been to. You know, the Derby's the one thing like you always think about. It's funny, it just so happened to be this week, and I was looking at Kentucky, and I was like, oh shit, the Derby. I wish I could get out there. But like, you're from there, like you're probably even sick of here. Is it like annoying? Because I was talking to wherever they had the what is it? The Indianapolis. And they're like the Indy 500. They're like, we try to leave town. Like people who live there, they're like, we're trying to get out when that comes to town. It's a mess. Is that kind of what it's like out there with the Derby? Like the locals, is it a shit show? Or like...
Yeah, I mean, you could look at it two different ways. The locals, most of them don't really care that much.
Right.
But like the service industry, restaurant workers,
oh yeah,
absolutely hate it. But on the other end, they make more money in Derby week than they might make in months.
Yeah, for sure. No, I guess that town probably blows up in size overnight, or for, I guess that week. Yeah. I guess.
All the big ballers come to town.
Yeah, you gotta throw that money around in millionaires' boxes. I mean, I was just looking at it because I was like, maybe I can get myself down there, and I was like, this is insane. Like going there and like getting a ticket. I was like, you can get in for I think like $50 or something. And I was like, I don't know if like you're getting it, but half me wanted to go because flights are cheap. I was like, maybe I can go, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people this year actually stayed in Lexington and just drove up because it's like an hour away.
Right.
So.
Yeah. That's smart. Yeah, because I'm sure like the hotels and everything, like any kind of like big event, it's super expensive and crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. So, all right. So, like, let's talk a little bit about like the food of Kentucky, right? So, I had a couple food items that I found. Usually, I get stuff and bring it in, but it was hard. The one thing I wanted to get that like has a lead time, was difficult to get here, was like some good real country ham for Kentucky, because I guess they got really good ones. I've only heard that really from like Virginia and maybe West Virginia, people doing hams that are like big down there. Is that really big down there, or is that just something I read in an article?
No, people love country ham. You know how New Jersey, y'all go hard for Taylor ham?
Oh, yeah. Pork roll, depending on where you're from, roll. But yeah.
Yeah. That's how we are for country
Country ham. So is there some kind of like great producers of country ham out there? Like people doing it with like local, sustainable kind of like Kentucky raised hogs and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of people. And then like Nancy Newsom.
I think that's the first one I saw that came up. I was trying to get my hands on it. It just didn't happen.
Yeah, prosciutto style country ham. It's delicious.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, Newsom's aged Kentucky country ham. Yeah. All right, I'm still going to order that, even though it's not for the show. I still want some of that.
Yeah, you definitely should. I just ordered some myself yesterday.
Yeah, that looks damn good. There's that, and then there's I was looking at the there was that stew that I just saw. Burgo? Am I saying it right? Burgoo. It looked like a gumbo to me. Is that a real thing? Is that something that people are even eating? It says it's Kentucky's most famous stew. Like, that's always like its term that's so silly. It's like, all right, is it?
It really is. It's kind of like the old school. If you go into, like some of the country shops and stuff like that, maybe Western Kentucky.
Right, all right.
You're going to see a lot of it, but it's like a lot of barbecue places do it because they'll take all the meat scraps and just throw it in a stew. All
the trimmings in there and just call it Kentucky's famous.
Yeah, it's delicious.
It looks good. The picture at least looks good. It's like it's a thick, like a beef base, tomato base, generally. So, I'm sure it's different in all places, but.
Yeah, traditional's like, squirrel, rabbit, raccoon.
Right. The low
but
meats.
Now it's like beef, pork, lamb.
Right.
Maybe some peas, carrots, stuff like that, potatoes.
Whatever you could throw in, stew it up.
Yeah.
And then I'm just running through the other weird stuff I saw. Benedictine, the weird cream cheese cucumber dip. Like, I don't know what that. I was like, what is that? Why would we even do that? But I don't know.
So that's a Louisville thing for sure.
Yeah.
If you think of like, so Colonel Sanders' wife, Claudia Sanders, has a restaurant out in Louisville, and little tea sandwiches. Ladies want to be all fancy with their gloves on, eating tea sandwiches.
That's the first thought I had. I read the recipe from whatever website it was, and it was cucumber, like onion powder, cream cheese. I was like, that just sounds like a tea sandwich kind of vibe. And what, they just made a dip and said, we'll just sit here and eat it?
Yeah.
That's so weird. All right. Hey, that's unique. That's cool. I guess. I like cucumbers could be good.
Cool. It's cool. It's not like, I don't know, people go crazy for it, and it's not my jam like that, personally.
It just sounds like, it's cool that they have, it's the thing. It's like, all right, we made this here, and let's do it. If I'm in Kentucky and I see it on the menu and be like, all right, we got to get that. We got to eat the Benedictine dip. What's that about?
You're gonna be very underwhelmed.
I'm sure, but I still, we're here. We got to get it. I need the green dip on a table. We'll look at it and be like, I don't know, and question why we're eating this, but it's, we're here. And then there was one more, the sauce, the Henry Bain sauce, sounded like a weird steak sauce kind of thing. Is that bigger down there, or is that just something?
That shit is nasty.
I mean, it just looks like steak sauce with crap in it, is what it looked like to me, but it's good to hear that it's...
I don't even know what goes in it, but it's just so nasty to me. It's like ketchup, Worcestershire, sweet, like...
It looks overly sweet and thick and weird to me, but I don't know. But it's out there, like people put it on their tables, or is it just like, hey, Kentucky?
I mean, nowadays it's almost like a mark of if you have Henry Bain's
right
on your menu, you're like, oh, this place is old.
Oh, okay. So it's like, oh, all right. It's like that. I get it. Okay, that makes sense. Like that clicks. Yeah. I can see that. So, all right. So, like, what? Those are like the stupid things. Is there anything else that's kind of like uniquely real Kentucky? You would say those are like what's on a list that I found from somewhere, right? About like what you would say is like Kentucky's unique. But you being there, I don't know. Like, what would you? What's a normal? You got Monday night off or something. Like, what are you gonna eat down the street? Like, what's the casual, legit Kentucky kind of food?
So here in Lexington, it's Mexican food.
Mexican food. Dude, every state, so people say Mexican food. Everyone's like, I got the best Mexican food here. I got the best Mexican food here. Even Kansas said that, I think.
They're lying.
All right. Is it in Lexington?
Yeah. I've had the best Mexican food outside of Mexico in Lexington.
That's crazy.
I've been to California. I spent all my summers in Texas.
Right.
But the best is here because if you think about horse racing and all that training.
Oh, yeah.
Most of them are Mexican.
It's true.
So it's a huge population here.
Makes sense. Damn. So is it a lot of it out there, or is it just like a few good places? No,
it's a bunch.
Damn.
It's a bunch out here. There's some dope Japanese food here in Lexington, too.
I always wonder how the Japanese, in my mind at least, I've never been there, but the culture is always so like seafood oriented. And a lot of these landlocked states, they have these like pops of Japanese culture where they're getting all this like seafood. Like, I don't know where. I mean, obviously today you can fly in food from anywhere, but I guess these people are flying in great seafood for a great. If you're saying it's a great Japanese place, I would have to think. I mean, there's more to it than seafood, but.
Yeah, the UPS hub is actually in Louisville.
Oh, that's right.
So we get. Everything's overnighted, like.
I mean, that's right. I forgot that. Now that you say that, it makes so much sense. Yeah, all right. So any kind of shipments coming out there. Interesting. I like that. So
Kentucky is also the home of lamb.
Of lamb?
America.
Really?
Yeah. Before World War II, lamb was a big thing out here. It's starting to make a comeback, but like lamb barbecue in Western Kentucky, Owensboro. It's like a huge thing. Everybody has their spot that they like to go to.
Oh, lamb barbecue. I mean, I love that. Because does Kentucky have its own like style? Like when I think of barbecue, you think of North Carolina, South Carolina, you think of Texas. I don't think of Kentucky barbecue. Are they trying to make lamb their own thing? I'm into that.
Yeah, mutton barbecue has been a big tradition out here.
That's delicious. I mean, it sounds great.
Yeah, just smoked, and they have this sauce called Kentucky Black barbecue sauce.
Kentucky Black? What's that about? What's in the Kentucky Black?
Like vinegar, lemon juice, Worcestershire, brown sugar. So it's like vinegar based.
It's a vinegar based black sauce with a Worcestershire in there. All right, cool. That sounds good. No bourbon? I would expect bourbon just because Kentucky. Kentucky loves the bourbon.
You take that on the side.
Yep. Just add like salt, just need a little bit more of that on there.
Yeah, you don't want to dilute that.
No. That's cool. Lamb barbecue in Kentucky. I didn't know, nor would I think that. I mean, I love lamb is delicious, and I don't think they use enough of it in other barbecue places. You go to like any of these other big barbecue states, where it's all pork all the time. It's like, yeah, it's great, but like, I don't know. Like, I like you said, these people using like local pigs and pork products to make country hams. Like, I always find that's going to taste a lot better and be like a great product. So when I find places that are like doing that, like I'm going to lean towards that. Like, you're going to pay a little bit more for it, but it tastes a lot better.
Oh yeah,
it's like a whole better
connection.
Yeah, connection's there. The product is a million times better. The meat tastes like something instead of just like the sauce and the rubs and whatever.
What y'all got up there in Jersey?
I mean, we eat pork roll.
It's a lot of corn.
They grow corn here, but it's not like a lot of corn. They say Jersey tomatoes are the best, but I don't know. I've had a good one, but it's not like... If you're here, there's good ones to be had. Let's put it that way. You know, if you go to the market in like peak summer, you can get yourself some really great tomatoes. It's the garden state, but not that many gardens out here. Everyone's bringing stuff in, really. There's a lot of like pastures and like people doing local. You know, you can go get yourself like, I'll get a couple friends and we'll split like a half a cow or something, you know, and have some like really local cow and pigs and stuff like that. Not so much on the lamb front. But there's some people doing that, and there's some restaurants that are taking that on too, that are getting super high quality product and using it. So it's good to see that. But you know, and you're in the restaurant industry, you know it's tough with you know, past year has been brutal. So seeing all these places that close down out here, and then you know it trickles down to the providers, and you know everybody's shit on pretty much. So it feels good now. People are trying to come back. You know, seeing things on the up, I guess, as it were. What was it like out there?
Trying to get vaccinated and stuff.
Yeah, did you see a lot of like mom and pop places shut down out there? I mean, it's a silly question, I guess, because that's what happened out here. I'm assuming it happened everywhere.
There was some closures, not a bunch of them,
right?
But I honestly think that we haven't seen the worst of it. I think that people kind of just held on as long as they could.
Yeah.
And then they might get to the end of the road and they're like, all right. You know, we've been bleeding for
I mean, it's just because the doors are open, you know, doesn't mean everything's right back to normal. There's a lot of work at the back. I mean, especially around here. I mean, I don't know what it's like out there. All the restaurants that I'm connected with out here have problems staffing. Like, you can't find anybody, you know, to work, to do anything. It's tough. You know, people either, for whatever reason, the reason doesn't matter. It's just hospitality staff is just short out on the East Coast, New York, New Jersey. I don't know if that's what it's like out where you're at.
I can't hire anybody.
Yeah, it's countrywide, I guess.
Some dude came in. I didn't even remember calling him because I called so many people. He's like, yeah, I was supposed to come in for an interview. I was like, you're hired. You can start tomorrow.
Come on in, bud. Great. You're great. Oh, you're the best. I can tell. You're fantastic. Yeah,
it looks like you haven't killed anybody in the last 72 hours.
Yeah, so you'll be all right. Hop on a line. It'll be great. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's you know, it's almost heartbreaking to hear about all these states and places where it's hard for them to find help, and it's just like, yeah, like you said, like the worst may be ahead. What are the percentages? Like now, I think New Jersey's at like 50%. We're allowed 50% capacity, no bars. I think New York, starting next month, is going to be like fully open or something. I think I heard like bars will be open at least. The bars here is the thing. Can you use your bars there?
Y'all can't. No bars.
So the bar is there, right? Like in a restaurant, like the bar is there, but you can't sit at the bar. You can sit at a high top across from the bar. Some people push that table to the bar, but you cannot sit. Like if that's the bar, I can't sit and face the bar. I have to be this way at a table with somebody else. Kind of makes no sense, but
yeah, there's no bar seating right now. I don't think. 60% capacity.
60? Yeah, I think we're like 50 plus, and then the curfew. I think they raised. I think it's like midnight or something, but it's all like I said. The bar scene isn't there, so no one's hanging out till 2 a.m. You know,
y'all not have like. So if I go to like a pub or like anything like that, you can't do that in Jersey right now.
You have to go to like if you just want to. If you were coming to Jersey, be like, hey, let's just go get a drink. Like we got to get a table. You can't just roll in and like sit at the bar. Like they got to bring you to a table, give you a menu. I think you're supposed. It used to be you're supposed to order. You have to order food to be there. Like they didn't want you just in there drinking. But a lot of, you know, I'm sure it's the same out there. A lot of places are just like, yeah, okay, you know, come in, obviously. Yeah. But generally, it's all reservations now. Again, you can't just kind of like be driving by and be like, oh, let's just stop and get a beer or something. You know, it's like it's a thing. You know, going out to the place now is a thing. So it kind of changes the dynamic of a lot of these places. The vibe inside is different. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird times.
Bars are open here.
Oh, but you could just roll in and get a. Do you have to? You can't be at the bar though, right? But you could get a beer and go hang outside.
I mean, you could stay. You can go order a drink at the bar.
Right.
You're not supposed to be like congregating or anything, but like, they just go outside and drink or whatever until I think 1 is the cutoff.
All right. See, you're not in the coasts where they get all crazy and they just lock everything down and just wait for things to get better. Like, I don't know.
There's probably a bunch more people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out here. A lot of idiots. There's idiots everywhere. Yeah. I don't know. But I did want to speak of KFC, right? So I got these dumb buckets. Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? So it's funny that, like, fried chicken is a thing in a lot of these, like, southern to mid-southern states. And they all fry chicken differently, right? So, like, is fried chicken in Kentucky, one, a big thing? I know in Kansas, all these other states, Illinois and Indiana, they love fried chicken. They were telling me about how they do it. Is fried chicken a big thing, generally speaking, in Kentucky? And if so, well, what's the method? What's the move?
Everybody's grandma has their secret recipe.
Right, of course.
I mean, people do like fried chicken here, but I don't know if it's as much as people like think it is.
Right. I think people think it definitely is just because of KFC. It's just like they assume all you guys are eating.
Fried chicken. Yeah, they think that we just eating fried chicken and the Colonel's biscuits
all day. That's it. It's a healthy diet. Doing great.
Yeah, but
I would think that the Kentucky, for at least I saw, is like it's more, at least generally more of like, if we said a Kentucky style fried chicken, it's like a pan, like a cast iron, like a shallow fry, I would think, and then maybe like a bake. But I don't. Like you said, everyone makes it differently. I didn't know if there was some kind of like, here's kind of how it's done in Kentucky. I mean, I guess the way to say is, just buy a commercial pressure fryer, like KFC make it for you, and be like, that's what it is.
Just stroll into your local restaurant equipment store.
Yep, go get yourself a pressure fryer. Some peanut oil, throw some chickens in there, your 12, 13 herbs and spices, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit about the restaurant you're at, man, I guess. How's it doing over there?
It's good. I work at a restaurant called Honeywood, and it's one of the restaurants in the Weta Michael family. She's like the queen of Kentucky as far as restaurateurs go.
Nice. I'm pulling up the menu here just to look at it. Mike, tell me about it.
Yeah, man. We got a new one coming out on Wednesday.
Nice.
But we are a Kentucky bistro, super farm to table focused.
Nice.
All of our products come locally, when in season and like responsibly. And then the other ones, like I said, you're not going to get onions year round, but
of course.
Or like, I'm not going to get salmon in Kentucky.
No, I don't think so. Not yet. Who knows? Someone might have a farm coming out there soon. Who could say? Right. Seafood saganaki. Wow, that's interesting. What is that? Bread, cheese, sauté. I'm just literally reading your menu. Sorry.
Yeah, my sous chef came out with a special menu this week. So he went to Greece with most of them.
Nice.
And it's like some clams, shrimp, yellowtail, all cooked in like a red pepper tomato sauce.
Nice. With
some ouzo in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is making me hungry. Look at this. This looks great. This place looks fantastic. How long you been over there?
2 years.
Nice. And that's in Lexington, right?
Yeah. Cool. I met Weta, the owner, and I did like a seafood cooking class at a college out here, and she was like, the way you taught that class, like, I have a seafood restaurant. I want you to come work for me. And I was like, yeah, I thought you was just blowing smoke.
Yeah.
And I wasn't happy where I was working in Louisville, so I was like, you know what? I might as well
do it.
It's an hour away.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, I can just stay a year and go back or whatever. But,
and then you go out, pandemic hits, it's great. Everything's great.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's cool. What a great opportunity, man, from teaching a seafood class out there. That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I saw you were doing seafood. Like, what was that about? I saw that in your bio quickly about the seafood. So what was the class about?
It was seafood, I guess seafood. Fish that could be caught and cooked in Kentucky. So we have a lot of trout, catfish, and striped bass. So I was just teaching different ways on how to break it down, how to cook it.
Nice. Where in these, what do we got, rivers here? I'm zooming in to look at the map, see where we're at.
Yeah, a bunch of rivers, lakes.
What's this, down by like Jamestown? What's this? I'm trying to see where you would catch anything like that, but that's great. I'd love to try some Kentucky trout. Sounds great.
Kentucky Lake out in western Kentucky.
right.
Lake Barkley.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. So a lot of people doing that. A lot of people using. I mean, are you using that at the restaurant? Kentucky seafood as much as possible,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Kentucky trout, Kentucky catfish.
Nice. Catfish is underrated. People hate on catfish. I think catfish is super delicious.
Catfish is very underrated. People get nasty catfish from like God knows where.
Yeah.
And they think it's just funky and stinky. But if you get some really good catfish, it's bomb.
Yeah, I mean, I've had great catfish before, and I don't know. Yeah, if you get any fish and someone cooks it wrong or treats it wrong, it tastes like shit. But I don't know, man. I had great catfish. I was like, catfish is pretty good. I don't know what we're talking about, guys, but because it's always got like the catfish. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Catfish is tasty. That's cool. Where'd you get in? When'd you learn to like get into the seafood out there? Obviously, you're a chef, so like you're food minded about it. But did you grow up doing fishing and shit like that out there?
Yeah, eating a lot of fish.
Yeah.
My family loves fish. So I spent all my summers in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's from Houston.
Oh, nice.
And her family, her grandparents and parents are from Louisiana.
Nice.
So you know how seafood is out there: gumbo.
Oh, they love it.
Etouffee, jambalaya.
Seafood, everything.
Yeah, I just had an interest with seafood and
ran with it.
Sustainability and all that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the sustainability is a big thing. I love hearing chefs talk about that now, because that's like a big thing, the farm to table thing. But I feel like it's becoming more, not like just a feature, not just like a star, like, like, oh, we are farm to table. It's like, no, this is like the way to do things. It makes more sense. The food's better, everyone's happier. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's good to
save the world.
Yeah, that too. That helps.
Yeah. Stop fucking eating salmon and cod, please.
Yes, move on. There's more than salmon and cod. Look down the street. I want some Kentucky trout. Yeah, I never would have thought that. I mean, obviously there's some kind of fish out there, right? But I never thought that there was like, I guess, a market for it. I don't know. I guess I never thought about it.
So good.
So what else is great out in Kentucky? What else? If I'm in Kentucky and I got to eat, like, what's the one thing? Like, not a restaurant, but like what? When we talk about these silly things, do I go get my hands on some? I don't know. Like, what's the thing that you would think is like a uniquely Kentucky kind of food?
I think the produce out here.
Yeah.
Here in Central and Eastern Kentucky, like I've had, you go to the farmer's market or whatever and you get some vegetables, and I've had that and it was good. But like out here, it is crazy. Like you said, tomatoes. I've never had a tomato better.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some. It's funny you say. It's like I've had some produce in other states, like one-off random things. It's like the first time you eat like a great, I don't know, strawberry, your kind of head explodes. You're like, oh, wait a minute, I've been eating. I don't know what the hell I've been eating because this is what a strawberry is supposed to be. So you got a lot of that kind of like mind-blowing produce in the middle of Kentucky there. That's cool.
Yeah, the water and the soil are so nice out here.
Yeah, it's this center of the country, so I guess that is the good growing zone. Is there a lot of farms out there, like huge farms, or local, like smaller farms? They're local farms, but
yeah, there's a bunch of small farms out here, and what we do have going on is a collective of black farms out here.
Nice,
which is dope.
Just in Lexington, or I mean, around Lexington, or throughout the state? As a collective?
Yeah, around Lexington, and then there's a couple more in Western Kentucky, but there's a program called Black Soil out here.
Nice.
My homie Ashley runs it, and she basically gets all the farmers together, gets them to centralize all their produce and then sells it at farmers markets and
like CSA boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the website now. Nice. Yeah, this looks great. That's super cool. Collaboration Spring Produce. I'd sign up. Send me a box to New Jersey. I need a box. Get that UPS hub going.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit up Ashley. Tell her to ship you some.
Tell her to ship me some goods. Black soil kits. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah. Partnership with Keelan Hospitality. Partnering up with restaurants and stuff like that too. That's fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Oh, nice.
That's super dope.
Yeah, that's super cool. Nice. Well, that's fucking cool that that's happening out there. I didn't think. I mean, I knew there was gonna be like farms. There's farms like everywhere, right? But like, I wouldn't think that there was like these larger collectives and stuff like that going on. So that's cool. That's cool that there's like that much kind of growth and Food going on out there, but great like what's the best, like what's a mind-blowing kind of produce piece that I can get out there? Like you're gonna be like, eat this, or is it just everything in general because the soil's popping?
The tomatoes out here are good.
Tomatoes, Kentucky tomatoes.
Peppers out here are crazy. Okra.
I love okra. Taking New Jersey's finest tomato against Kentucky's finest tomato. I bet you win. I mean, I'm not hyped with the New Jersey tomato thing. It's a big thing out here, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I see a lot of these sad, dry, pink tomatoes, even when it's tomato season, and people are just like, yeah, tomatoes. I was like, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot better tomatoes out here, but who am I to say? I think there's a lot of like commercial greenhouses here now. That's probably more of that than anything farmland wise. I don't know. I'm doing this.
Got our first big one too, called App Harvest.
App Harvest? Where's that at?
It's in Moorhead, Kentucky, which is like east.
App Harvest, here it is. Oh, damn.
It's like a tech company, agriculture company.
That's massive.
It's advanced.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I was looking at the website is intimidating. This looks like this looks like Google. This looks like Google of vegetables. What the hell is this? Holy shit!
I think they're trying to get into another business. I don't know.
That's literally massive. I mean, are they doing good work? Is it? I mean, the website obviously looks like they're trying to do good work. What's their deal? They're just mass producing stuff for that area. Or are they exporting or everything? I guess.
As far as I know right now, they're very new, but yeah, I mean, creating job opportunities in Eastern Kentucky. All the people that are out of coal, maybe that'll help them out.
Right.
But,
yeah, because that was big there, right? The coal mines out there are big. It's probably.
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah. Damn.
But it's still very early for them, so hopefully they do good things.
Yeah, I mean that's a cool thing to have out there for sure. I mean, definitely massive. And there's a tomato. I mean, it looks good. It's a picture, but it looks good.
Yeah.
I gotta eat the produce.
Martha Stewart is a part of it. That's crazy.
All right, that makes sense. Why it's so big. Investors, yeah, here it is. Look at this, investor relations. Oh, you can buy in right now. Buy in on stock.
Can you?
I guess.
On the website?
I just clicked investors on the website, and I scrolled down. It says stock information. You could click and buy. I guess. I'm not buying stock on my Sunday afternoon at App Harvest. They look great. They look great, but I gotta eat a tomato first before I do that.
You got a couple more bourbons in you. You're gonna
a couple more tonight. I'm gonna be like, I gotta get a App Harvest. I think I hit it. Lawrence gave me the big tip. Lose everything in 3 weeks, so they go under or something. Whoops. Well, we tried. I mean, it looks cool though. So let's see what else. And bourbon's obviously big out there, right? I mean, so Woodford's like the one, like that's Kentucky Derby sponsor and all that. And I mean, probably across the planet, you could probably get Woodford. And there's some smaller ones. Like I love bourbon. I drink a lot of bourbon here. Kentucky bourbon's fantastic. Is there any kind of like? Do you drink bourbon? I guess you drink is a good question first.
Oh yeah, I drink.
So
I drink.
Some people don't. It happens. Don't make you a bad person. And then is there other smaller batch kind of? Because I forget what state it was, but a couple states had vodka producers or bourbon producers or some other kind of spirit where they were making it with all local grains and shit like that. And I thought that was great. So I can't think of what state it was off the top of my head, or I don't have it behind me either. But it was all local from that state, and they grew it, and it was really, really good. Was it Georgia? I think it was Georgia. I think it was Georgia rum. They were making rum down in Georgia from sugar that they were growing.
That makes sense.
Richland rum. And it made so much sense when I found it. I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, I wonder if it's good. I was like, well, let me get a bottle. It's like unbelievably good. Like, I loved it. It was like.
What was it called?
I want to say it's Richland rum. I'm going to pull it up right now. I think it's Richland. I'll hype him again. I don't care. It's so good. And they use all Richland Distilling in. Am I doing this right? Richland rum. That's it. Am I right? Where is it? Yeah, Richland rum from Georgia. So good. I don't overlap, but so goddamn tasty. If you're into rum,
I'm gonna have to holler at my Georgian.
Yeah, man, really,
give me a bottle.
Just so rich and like, oh man, really good. But and again, it was like to the idea of the show. It was like, give me stuff that's like from the state. Like you're growing everything. You're growing your sugar canes out back. Bring them in and let me taste your rum. It was killer.
Yeah.
Some stuff isn't always great, but, that was great. Is there anyone in Kentucky that you know of that's doing stuff like that with Kentucky grains or shit like that?
With the big name people, Maker's Mark is actually doing that.
Maker's Mark does that? I didn't know they do like the local stuff like that.
When I got into their company, I actually am surprised at all the good things that they're doing.
Really?
Yeah, they're doing a good job throughout the pandemic, helping support service industry people. A big sponsor with like the Lee Initiative, which is Edward Lee. They're doing like, what are they calling it? Restaurant relief programs, where they're like basically giving restaurants money for a day.
Right.
And the restaurants produce food that they can give out to the communities for free.
Nice. Sponsoring the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Maker's been around for a while. I didn't know. I just assumed, and I don't deep dive in every brand. I just assumed that they were kind of like Woodford, like, someone owns them and they do their thing. But I guess they're pretty independent from what it looks like.
Yeah. I like the company more than I like the bourbon.
Yeah. I've had some of their smaller batch ones. One of the places I work has I don't know if it's like a private selection one or something, but it's really good. Better than the normal.
Those are really good.
Yeah, that one I had was like shockingly good. The normal, standard issue one was, I was like, it's all right. Is there any kind of like what's the, it seems like a silly question. Like, what's the bourbon like when you go out? Is Woodford and Maker's Mark everywhere you go out there? Or is there one that like people love?
Woodford Makers is everywhere, but the one that I'll say, the one people from Kentucky actually drink when they go out is Old Forester.
Nice. The Old Forester's delicious.
Yeah. That's just like the everyday bourbon everybody can get down with.
Old Forester. Look at that, the first bottled bourbon. So those are the big three. It's true. It's the Woodford and Makers and Old Forester. Love that.
Yeah. Then you got like Wathen's, Old Medley. I may be wrong, but I think that they're like one of the last family-owned distilleries. I think that was like one of their taglines. I'm sure it's not true anymore.
I feel like they all have like a silly tagline. It's like they all have a ridiculous story. I forget what.
The only bourbon ever to exist.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what they all are. And I want to say, I don't want to shit on Kansas, but I think it was Kansas that had the Templeton Rye that was from, and they got sued and had to pay people back because their story was so bullshit about the bourbon because they were buying it from MGP, which just was like a big house that makes all the bourbon. We could literally just go buy a couple barrels, blend it, make a story up, put it on a bottle, and sell it. But there's like gray area you're allowed to do. You can't just make up a complete bullshit story. And apparently they did, and someone I guess called them on it, and they legit got sued, had to like change their labeling because they were like Al Capone's family whiskey. They're like, dude, you could say you make it because you bought it from us, but you can't say goddamn Al Capone and his family distilled this. Like, and they're like,
that's kind of funny though.
I'm telling you, there's articles on it. Look it up. The Templeton Rye. Templeton Rye. It's a hilarious thing, man. It's really funny. I want to say it was Kansas, but the rye wasn't bad. I had it. I drank it, but like, it was just, the same thing. Like, only bourbon to ever exist. It's like, okay, we know. Everyone's got a story. We got it.
Yeah,
anything to sell.
They should just have like a bourbon that's just like, it's bourbon.
This is bourbon. It's brown. It hurts.
Gets you drunk.
It stings a little bit.
A whole lot.
So old granddad's like. I think that's the whole vibe behind old granddad.
Old granddad is bottled in bond. It'll get you fucked up.
Oh yeah, was it 101 or 114? That one's great. Yeah. The normal one kind of is brutal. It tastes like nail polish oil, but the other ones are really good. The OGD 114.
I used to drink a lot of OGD when I was a little younger, but I'm kind of off bourbon, man. I've been drinking bourbon for 10 years.
I'm not off it. I like seasonal. It's like it was winter, colder, bourbon. Like when it's summertime, we got to keep it to clear liquids, I guess. The gins are tasty. The vodkas. Whatever else.
We got some really good gin coming out of Kentucky too.
Really? Where's a good gin at?
Yeah. Starlight Distillery.
Let's see. I should have got my hands on this.
I guess that's right in Indiana. That's right over the bridge.
Let's see.
In Indiana, but I had a bottle of that the other day, and I was like, "This is incredible."
A good gin, huh? I love a good gin. Yeah, it looks like they got a lot of stuff going on here. Starlight Distillery. Oh, it's like a part of the whole like compound up there. It looks like.
Yeah, winery.
Yeah, the winery,
farm.
distillery, farm, hotel, weddings, events, the wine club. All right, get it going. That's good.
Yeah.
Starlight.
Rabbit Hole. Rabbit Hole Distillery is a good distillery. And it's like in the middle of the city.
Like that. So
it's like super modern looking, and it's not like one of those old country distilleries where it's like, Jebediah.
Right.
You're still here.
Bourbon and rye, other spirits. Yeah, like I was like any of these distilleries. I like that cities have like distilleries now. I think that's cool. Like when they do that. But like bourbon and rye, it's like let the people who've been doing it forever do it. It just seems like the kind of thing that like. I don't know if you're going to be able to just open a new distillery and make a good bourbon. It just doesn't. It seems very hard. It seems like there's a lot to
you have
it.
To plan 10 years ahead.
Yeah, like gin and vodka, you could kind of like make unique in your own and have it in a month. Like you don't gotta do the 10-year plan. So that's why I was like, all right, I get it. You got bourbon and rye, but if you can make your gin taste good at least, then then I'll have promise for your other stuff. There's a place in Pittsburgh, I forget the name, that does a great job. Rabbit Hole's got cool packaging. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch in my house.
Nice. See, this is where I fucked up. I should have got some of this Rabbit Hole and been drinking that right now instead of stupid Woodford. But I did have this at home. I didn't have to go out for it, so.
We can't do in Kentucky is ship alcohol.
Some states can't do that. Some states can. I'm finding that out as I do these states. Like, you might not be able to.
We can't receive it, I don't think. I think they could ship. I don't know.
I think you could ship or receive if you use some kind of weird third party. Like someone else has got to get their hands on it, I think. I mean, you could, you're not supposed to, but you could put it in a box. It's, says barbecue sauce or something. But yeah, technically you can't ship it. Like if I contact Rabbit Hole and be like, hey, I need a bottle, they probably need to go to a third party to sell it. Like a liquor distributor. Liquor laws are so weird. They're weird everywhere. I don't understand how that's been that way forever. That just seems like something that should have just cleared up a while ago. But
I know.
The hell do I know? Why do we need 4 different people involved? Like you're making it, you're sending it. What are we doing? Do you think
everything should just be like New Orleans?
Oh God, that sounds as great as that sounds also very dangerous. But yeah, I'd try that. I would definitely try that. New Orleans is a great place. Next week, I'm doing Louisiana. Next week. As for the show.
Talk about boudin.
I'm going to get some boudin, I hope. There's too much food. I mean, the thing about Louisiana is so much food. Man, yeah. I love going to Louisiana. Miss it. A friend of mine's moving down there soon. Makes me just want to go. I was like, oh, man.
Word.
He's moving down in the heat of the summer. I was like, I don't know. Maybe wait till summer ends. It gets pretty hot. It's like you might punch out. You show up there and start getting that July humidity. You might be like, I don't know what I got myself into, dude.
You have a couple too many hurricanes. You're dehydrated.
I think you just show up dehydrated there. They party. I love it. I love that place.
Out on Bourbon Street, pissed all over yourself.
Everywhere. I saw a fight on Bourbon Street. I expected to see it. I was around the corner one night, and I don't know, it was late. There was cars like in a corner. I'm trying to remember the details. There was a corner like where the cars were meeting, and then the cars were stopped. Someone was honking. There was like people in the middle. There was it was getting rowdy. Like I was like a block away walking up, and I was like, oh, looks like it's gonna be a nice Bourbon Street fight. It's gonna be good. And I swear to God, I was like, this is like what we're here for. Like we're seeing it. We're only here a couple nights, and this is great. And I swear to God, like 3 horse cops come around the corner. They just dig like the horses in the middle of it, and everyone just went out. It was the wildest shit I've ever seen. I was like, horse cops just broke up this huge fight and just started like chasing people out. I was like, that's some New Orleans shit. Like horse cops saving the day, telling a car to get out of here.
It sounds colonial.
Total, like, but I didn't even see it coming. It wasn't like you're there and like, oh, the cop lights are coming. All right, the cops are here. It was like, you heard horses coming in, and they rounded the corner, and everyone's like, what the fuck? And then they just went in the middle. They went right in the middle of the group, and everyone's just like, I'm not fucking with the horses, and everyone just left. They're like, this isn't worth it. And I was like, wow, I guess that's really effective, because I was wondering why they had horse cops. I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
That's hilarious.
But I guess when you got a bunch of drunks fighting in a crowd, a horse right in the middle shut it down, I guess. I don't know.
Somebody called the constable.
Dude, yeah, I didn't know. It was bizarre. I was not expecting that. I did not expect to see 3 horse cops roll up and break up a fight, but I was like, that's Bourbon Street. That's New Orleans, I guess. That was right on Bourbon Street. That was crazy. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, man.
Man, New Orleans.
Louisville is the sister city to New Orleans.
Is that true? What's that even mean?
So they used to trade through the river system.
Oh, all right. I'm looking
all the
now.
way down to New Orleans.
Nice. How?
So there's a lot of that influence in Louisville.
How? I'm zooming in on Louisville. How? I don't know. Is it like I see? Obviously, here's like the downtown, right? But like, where's? It looks pretty big. I was gonna say, is it like a walking city? But don't look like it.
Nah, it's definitely a driving city. It's super spread out.
Yeah, I see all these sections. Is this like center? Old Louisville, kind of like, I guess, the downtown or something, where the hospital and all that shit is.
Old Louisville is kind of the hood.
I'm guessing.
It looks Victorian, but it's like some of it's pretty sketchy. I saw somebody get shot 2 weeks into living in Old Louisville, and I was like, I don't belong here.
Like, I don't know if Old Louisville's for me. You know, maybe maybe I gotta move.
I just got shot with a shotgun in front of me. I'm good.
Where are the horse cops? See, maybe there's some horse cops would have taken care of that.
The constable would have came and broken.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Well, that's crazy. All right, so I'm just looking at the city, and I would think that that's kind of downtown because it's the middle. I see like the parallel, whatever road this is here. Usually that's like downtown shit. What would be, I don't know, what's like the hot spot? If you roll into Louisville and you're there for one night, where do you go? Like, what's the section to go hang?
I would say if you're like staying like Airbnb or something like that, try to stay in Germantown.
Germantown. There it is. All right.
Germantown is like where the, mid-20s, 30s.
Hammerheads.
People hang out.
Got the Crow.
The Pearl is like the best bar in the world.
What is it, Pearl?
Yeah, the Pearl. I spent many a paychecks there.
The mark of a great place. The Poe's Notch Bars, bunch of shit down here. All right, cool. Red Top Gourmet Hot Dogs, interesting.
Yeah, big beer culture.
And then, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's big. I'm just looking around on the map here. You got all the way up to Butchertown, Market District, California. Why is it called California? What is that?
California in the West End?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the marginalized part of the city.
Jeez. Taylorberry. Churchill. Oh, there's Churchill Downs is right there. Jesus Christ. I didn't realize it was so close to everything.
Churchill Downs is funny, speaking of the Derby. Churchill Downs is dumpy for 50 weeks out of the year.
No one cares about it.
Hold up. All the millionaires are coming.
Bring in the power washer.
Clean this up.
Clean it up.
They clean it up. And then after all the millionaires leave and leave all their little mint julep cups.
See you in 50 weeks. We'll clean it up again.
Yeah.
What? I mean, are they running horse races there normally? I guess so, right? Like every week or something? Because there's like a horse track by me.
Yeah.
They're run like, I guess when it's nice out, you can go on a Friday, Saturday and catch some horses.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of an attraction. Like, I'm sure some people are going there for that. Like, off Derby season. Not a lot, but some.
Yeah, I don't like gambling or anything, going to casinos, but I like betting on horses.
Horses fun. The day at the track is fun. You know, you go, it's a full thing. You don't gotta like lose everything. You can just throw some money on it, crush some beers, and watch a horse race. Like, it is kind of fun. At least out here. A lot of parks in here. All right, cool. All right, Louisville looks cool. I want to hang out in Louisville. I want to go to Kentucky now, and then I'll come out to Lexington and hang out. I'll come by the restaurant and we'll party. And it'll be great. Cincinnati.
Definitely. Cincinnati's super close. It's an hour away from Louisville, an hour away from Lexington.
Yeah, see, it's like a triangle right there.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go get some lamb barbecue somewhere. That's definitely what I'm going to go do.
Yeah. That's like 4 hours away, though.
That's all right. Let's go down by Nashville. All right. Yeah, we got that. Nashville's not too far either. I mean, from the state, at least. Pretty far from Lexington. Cool. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't want to hold you up all day. I mean, I feel like we chatted some Kentucky. I could sit here all day and just have some drinks and chat, but we should probably wrap it up at some point. I think you gave me some good input on Kentucky. Is there anything else people are forgetting about Kentucky or anything like that? Or something they should know, you know?
Just come visit. Like, it is not a bunch of shoeless people. We're not as ignorant as the media portrays us to be.
Right.
And there's a bunch of dope shit to do.
I mean, I want to go to Kentucky. Just to eat alone. I mean, I know I want to eat some of the food out there. Yeah,
come eat, drink, visit some horse farms.
Big on the horse farms.
You know, get the city vibe in Louisville.
I'm into it. And then go down and get some lamb barbecue down in the Southwest down there.
Yeah, man.
That's what I want. That's what I'm sold on. I want lamb barbecue now. Lawrence, man, thanks for joining, dude. Appreciate you. Appreciate the input, dude. We'll do it again sometime. If I'm ever out there, I'll look you up. If you're ever in Jersey, hit me up. I owe you a beer at least.
Yeah, brother.
Cool, man.
Holler at me.
Yeah, bud. Be good, buddy. Thank you so much, dude.
Yeah, see you.
See you, dude. He was great. Lawrence is great. That's a man of the people. Man of Kentucky. That's cool. Again, it makes me so happy to talk to people and not cold call people who don't, or people who don't answer like Kansas. Actually talk to real Kentucky folk. Tell me what Kentucky's like. All the good shit going on there. Trying to go to Kentucky off Derby season now and hang out. That's what I want to do. We'll go to Louisville, Lexington, down to Bowling Green, check out a couple Corvettes, some horses and shit. Get some lamb barbecue. That's what I'm trying to do. All right, that's Kentucky, guys. KFC in the bag. And like we said, they're not eating just fried chicken down there. They're not just hillbillies down there. Kentucky's getting down. They're getting down on good food, good produce, getting down on good everything. And that's the secret recipe right there in the corner. That's the 11 herbs and spices from KFC. If you need it, there it is. Enjoy. Whoever wrote that has terrible handwriting. Wasn't me. It's the Colonel's daughter or something who has that restaurant, maybe. Who knows? Kentucky, you're fantastic. We love your flag. United we stand, divided we fall. We could all get behind that, I guess. That's week 17 in the bag. Kentucky. Thank you, Lawrence. Well, thank you, Lawrence, for joining. I guess kind of last minute. I feel like I had these lined up for weeks in advance, but he hopped on, and he is the man. Check him out. I had his info up on the stream. I wrote it down here. Did I have it over here? Where is it? What the hell's wrong with me? I got my phone. I got nothing. Weeksinadays.com. Lawrence Weeks, Weeks, in days, daze.com. Check his shit out. Stay up on him. See what he's up to. Check out where he's at. Check out where he's working. Check out where he's cooking. Big thanks to him for telling us about Kentucky. What's up? What's up with Louisville, Lexington? And that's Kentucky. That's Kentucky. That's Kentucky Fried Chicken secret recipe. Where's the schedule at? Where are we at? Week 16, done. Kansas. Week 17, Kentucky in the bag. Holy hell. Week 18 is upon us, and Louisiana is coming in. Then it's Maine, then it's Maryland. Then we're done with column 2. Then we're 40% done with the program? Who could say? Wow. Didn't see that coming. All right. Next week, Louisiana. Kentucky, you're great. Thanks for your bourbon. Your Derby is just a spectacle, and not so many people eat fried chicken down there as you would think. You're doing great produce. You're doing great food. And apparently you got some great cities, great horses, and some really delicious sounding lamb barbecue, I'm not going to lie. Next week, we're doing Louisiana. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Thanks for joining Bits and Bytes. Check us out on YouTube, bitsandbytes.us. Check out all the other episodes. This episode will be up tomorrow. Follow me on Instagram @TheBillyVegas. See you guys next week with Louisiana.